This is African American civil rights flashcards from the era of construction to the Roaring Twenties. The era of construction took place between 1865 and 77. When was the creation of the Freedmen's Bureau? 1865. What racist group was founded in this period? KKK. What 1866 Act gave everyone citizenship? The 1866 Civil Rights Act. 1867, what act divided the South into military districts controlled by the North? The 1867 Military Reconstruction Act. 1868, a new amendment that protected all free slaves under the law, the 14th Amendment. 1870, the first black men elected to Congress, Hiram Revels and Blanche K. Bruce. 1870 amendment that outlawed voter discrimination, the 15th Amendment. 1875 to 76, something that was introduced to stop black freedoms, especially mixed relationships, in the Black Codes. 1877 was the end of this period. It can be said that southern states regained control, using states' rights to restrict African American freedoms. Now we have the Gilded Age, which ran between 1875 and 96. 1881, an institute was created to inspire black scholarship, the Tuskegee Institute. What were the laws that defined the Gilded Age? The Jim Crow laws. What year was segregation formally introduced? 1891. What deemed separate but equal on trains constitutional? Plessy v. Ferguson in 1896. What was going on between 1890 and 1910? The height of the lynchings. What was the NICW? The National Institute of Colored Women, which was created in 1896. Now we have the Progressive Era, which ran between 1896 and 1920. 1895, who led the Atlanta Compromise? Booker T. Washington. 1900, the equivalent for a national center of black commerce. What's the name of that? The Negro Business League. 1905, who created the Niagara Movement? Du Bois and his friend Trotter. When was the NAACP made? 1908. 1911, what is the NUL? National Urban League. 1914, how many African Americans took part in World War I? 350,000 men. When was the Universal Negro Improvement Association founded? 1914, by Marcus Garvey. In 1915, what outlawed grandfather clauses? The Gwynne versus USA Supreme Court case. What was the 1917 Buchanan v. Wiley Supreme Court case? It was when residential segregationist policies were found unconstitutional. What was the year of the Chicago riots? 1919. What was the NAACP membership in 1920? 90,000. Now onto the Roaring Twenties. What was the 1923 Moore v. Dempsey case? The Supreme Court. 12 African American men were saved from the death penalty for something that they didn't do. What was the 1924 Birth of a Nation? It was a movie that led to the revival of the KKK, and because of the movie in 1924, the KKK had 5 million members. In 1920, what was the expenditure federally for each student? For white people, it was $7 per student, and for black people, it was $2 per student. In 1929, communism grew, and civil rights leaders desperately tried to distance themselves from it. And that's the era of Reconstruction up to the Roaring Twenties.